Being terrorized all morning. Someone trying to force me to drive my car that needs a thermostat in it. And so they can go down and terrorize the people that have been stealing my money from the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Authority. And so I escaped on my bicycle. I think you can see behind the tree is my bicycle. I'm not really good at these lives, and I got 53% on here. So let me get to it. What I what I thought I was going to do is turn my camera around and show you this thing. It's in the parking lot for the 40 acres. The 40 acres that's owned by ex-NBA All-Star, ex-mayor, basketball player, ex-mayor of Sacrament City, Kevin Johnson. And it's a Friday afternoon, plenty of business. The parking lot's pretty full. I'll show you guys in a minute. But I came across this mural. I saw it back here before, but I wanted to point out some things. It looks like here, this is a black leopard or something like that with the fire coming down. And then California State Fair. I guess it used to be on Stockton Boulevard from 1909 to 1968, which was an interesting year because I think they did desegregate the schools in 68 around that time. I'm not really sure. Here we go is the mosque. The mosque here. It's not the Capitol building, so it must be a mosque. And some more people in the parking lot coming to spend their money at the 40 acres stuff. But gets more interesting down here, this mural. I'm not sure what this is right here. What are we looking at? I'm not sure what this cage thing is on the mural. Like that. Somehow they had, I guess, a trolley car. Sacktown City Lines. That looks like a trolley car. And then down here is the 1889 Oak Park, McClatchy Park. And that's where the Freemasons allow people to rent vending booths, but then they drove me away for not having a mask. So I have a video on that. McClatchy Park, it's called Sacramento Freemason Witch. She got her money, though, from the vendors paying her to come there, but then she was driving away people who didn't have a mask on, and it's fucking outside. This is the interesting thing here. It says Home Sweet Home, and if I'm not mistaken, those are upside down crosses in the window. That's supposed to be of a church. I'm pretty sure those are upside down crosses. So what is that saying here? Bringing art, culture, economic development, education to the Oak Park community. Yeah, they're harvesting children. They have multiple programs, Cow Kids, First Tee, and I'm sure there's a bunch of others that luring your children into giving them scholarships and having them work with child molesters. These are the 40 acres. See that St. Hope 40 acres? They got the Guild Theater, Underground Books, Fixin' Soul Kitchen, which is a restaurant owned by Kevin Johnson's mother, World Class Faders, which is a barber shop, and Old Soul. Old Soul is a coffee shop. And so, why do they have a church with upside down crosses in the windows on the mural here? Because they're Satanists. Satanists. That's all I can say. I'm just looking at my chat viewing options. They got the nursery where you buy plants and stuff to put at your house. Got that right here on the Broadway. That's what that is over there. Nursery store, it says. And then what I want to show you, the old bank building, it has the beehive in the brickwork on the upper floor. You can just see it through the trees there. What used to be a bank building, but it's got this wellness, what do they call it? A wellness center, and it's called Evergreen Beauty and Wellness Collaborative. It's over there in the bank building. That's the window right there that got the phone number and stuff on the outside. See, this is a place where the black people and the white people come to meet that wants to go spend their money at the 40 acres establishments. That's the Broadway down there. And I think this is 35th Street right here where the nursery is, and Evergreen, and then that bank building with the beehive brickwork. See, they got a nice parking lot for all the people to come and spend their money at the Kevin Johnson 40 acres places. That's the beehive. Now, why would they put a beehive brickwork on a building that's a bank? Because that was originally made as a bank. Because they want us all to be in the hive mind and not question the wizards in white coats who are in the, shall we say, unaliving business now, and also the wizards in the black robes that are in the baseball, basketball court, whatever. I'm going to just walk back over here to my my bike because the people probably think that I'm casing the cars to break into them because the city is so crime-ridden. But, yeah, that's me, and I'm standing by the mural with the upside-down crosses in the window, and that indicates to me something entirely different than if it were right side up crosses or just plain X's on their side where all the points are even. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see that back there. That lady. That's supposed to be the Oak Park Pride stuff, is a mural down there. And by the way, did I mention that the food bank, River City Food Bank headquarters is right here in Oak Park, but they canceled all of the food distribution in Oak Park. They used to have a huge thing once a month where you came and you got a number and you brought your lawn chair and you sat down and you waited till your number got called and you got to pick up meat out of freezers and eggs and cheese and fresh vegetables and stuff, but they canceled all of that. And so this is a Sacrament city where you get harvested, and the housing authority is, from my calculations, stealing about $5 million a month, reporting over inflated rents to the HUD, the federal HUD people, and claiming that their rents, their market rates rents are $1,300 a month for apartment that hasn't been updated since they built it, maybe in 1968, like it says over there on the mural. And they making $500 extra on my apartment alone. Figure they got 10,000 units in Sacrament City that they manage for the what they call low income housing program. And so multiply 500 times 10,000. Every time I do it, I come up with 5 million. And what do they do to me when I ask them, oh, if my rent went down because the utility portion went up, and those two together is supposed to be 30% of my income after my medical expenses and my disability allowance, I should be paying no more than 300 or so a month. And so it doesn't matter to me whether the rent goes up. I should still be paying the same amount because I only get a $30 increase every year when they raise the COLA, cost of living increase, or cost of living adjustment. They raise 5% or something. I end up with an extra $30 for the whole year. And the housing authority failed to give me a lease. So for 7 months, I continued paying them. And they took my money and cashed my money order. But I had no lease. I had no contract with them. And then they sent me a letter to report in 2 days to sign a new lease. But it said your old rent was $1,200 and something. Your new rent will be $1,300 and something, and you need to report to our office to sign a lease with 2 business days warning. So I went there to my appointment, and at the time signed a new lease that had a blank where it said every year on the first of blank. And it's supposed to be a month in there. And I said, oh, sir, why has this got a blank in it? I feel kind of uncomfortable, signing a lease, a contract that got a blank in it, because you could fill this out any time and violate me and say I didn't follow the rules, which is what you're obviously trying to do to get rid of all the people that you've been stealing money and misreporting the rents on. And I ended up going back to them in August because the same month that my new lease started, which was June of 2022, they turned around and sent me another recertification packet, which I shouldn't have to do until 2023 sometime because I'm not in a constant state of recertification and having to, run all over town and get printouts of proof of my income and stuff. I get the letter every year that says what my benefit's going to be, but that letter's not good enough. I have to bring my bank statements and give them full access to my bank records, my utility accounts, everything. And put me in another state of recertification when I had just signed a new lease. So they're obviously harassing the people who are disabled and on fixed incomes and living in these low income programs that they have here. And what did he do in August? I said, well, sir, you need to tell me what my balance is because I'm not going to, I want to pay you the rent, but I don't want to overpay because you said, according to you, my rent went down as soon as I moved in here because you gave me a schedule saying you've been jacking the rent up since I moved in, but you never gave me a notice of it. Okay, that's fine. You raised the market rate and the utility allowance went up. And if you add the utility allowance of 150 or 170, whatever they raised it to, they're saying it raised to 112 now. They're going to charge $1,400. Now, they raised it $1,400. Let me get back to August. I said, can you give me a statement that says what my account balance is so I can know when I have to start paying the rent again? And he disappeared into his little office behind the locked door, and he came out with another rent increase. And it said on the paper, oh, you have to sign this right here. And what did it say on the paper? It said, oh, since you didn't respond to our recertification process in time before August the 10th, we're electing to give you another rent increase. So now he's supposed to be charging $1,400 something for the Apartment wasn't done back in 1968. And the utility allowance must be more because if you have almost $1,500 rent for your apartment, your utility bill going to be over $100 or $112 even. And it's more like $150 on the average, and some of those bills are closer to $200. And so obviously they're cheating us and they're trying to force the low income, fixed income disabled people that they're providing housing for to pay more than 30% of our income. And this is what I was being forced to drive my car, which needs a thermostat changed, and hopefully that will fix it. Trying to force me to go down to this office where they're obviously criminals stealing our money and trying to disqualify everybody out of the program. I said, well, do we have to go right now? Because right now I'm waiting for someone to come back from down in the south area to bring me to AutoZone to get a part for my car, and so he can fix it so I don't end up busting all the hoses because the water can't circulate in my engine. Oh, okay, we don't know. We don't have to go right now. But you're sitting there criticizing me and I'm just sitting around. No, I got the car registered, I got the insurance on it, I got the window fixed on it, I got the oil level sensor changed so my transmission's not going out all the time. This little car is making that noise. People just get in to disturb you while you're trying to make a video. Obviously, I was trying to make a video and they get in the car, put it in reverse, and then sit there. So what happened? They gave me another rent increase in August because I didn't respond to their recertification, which was almost a year too soon, a year early, because I just did a recertification and they waited 7 months to give me a new contract. And so I continued paying them. So they took money from me for 7 months without having a contract. I wonder if that's allowed in the federal housing HUD program, right? Are they allowed to collect money from rent without having a contract from me? I don't think they're allowed to do that. And so the man sat there and told me, that's what we do here. We can raise the rents as much as we want. We don't have to tell you, only if your part goes up. Well, that's not allowed because you're making me obviously pay more than 30% of my income. So pray for me, you all, and pray for everyone to be delivered from these horrible entrapment and horrible enslavement that we're all in now. May all the angels, all the demons get their just reward with haste, and so it is. All right, you all.